let's take a look at it, shall we? Or apparently entitled English VA just got, roasted apparently on Twitter, I assume. I'm curious what English VA is. Why is it always the English Western VAs every single time? Why?
So I got sent a very funny situation regarding voice actors that I completely missed happening the other day. So thank you very much for sending me this situation.
More VA.
That, of course, being to the person that sent this to me. But anyways, so this involves the creator of Ben Drowned. If you're familiar with Ben Drowned, I'm actually not until today looking into it, but it seems like something I'm definitely going to look into more.
Ben Drowned, originally published as Haunted Majora's Mask cartridge. Originated as a creepypasta based in the 2000s action adventures. Who? I don't know who this is. I don't even know who this is. I've never heard of them. Concord and ENVAs is a gift, just keeps on gifting. Ugh, God, I don't care. I don't care. I'm tired of these English VAs, man. Man, just vote me as, like, the Donald Trump for the VA industry at this point,
Or because it's like a creepypasta web serial thing, and I think there's also like videos on it. It sounds pretty cool, pretty interesting.
$15 for 5 lines. Peeps want $100 for 5 lines? Wait, that's what they're charging or so? What the fuck? Jen, I don't even do it for free. Fucking A, man. All you gotta do is just credit me. That's it, man.
And like I said, I will definitely look into this more when I get a chance. But enough about me. We need to talk about the creator of Ben Drowned, that being Alexander Hall. Because it looks like certain English voice actors, you know the type, are upset with Alex Hall based on his most recent casting call that he posted over on Twitter. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're over here on Twitter now, and we can see the tweet from Alexander Hall that reads, "Casting call. Looking for 3 to 4 voice actors to play townspeople in an upcoming episode of a new series. 4 to 5 lines per role. Remote clean audio. $15 USD per role. Deadline April 15th. Audition plus details at that form." Now, unfortunately, the form is no longer available, so I can't see everything that was on there for more details, but we can get a few more details by taking a look at what still remains right here, which reads at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, Hirohei is always quiet. That's why I always boost the audio or so on the when I upload the video or so. He needs to boost up his audio, to be honest. I literally have it at max out. Look, it's literally maxed out, and this man still talks soft. I have to literally boost up the audio in my own audio software, like my audio hardware or so, to hear this guy. He needs to boost up his audio a little bit. I'd say about maybe 15 to 20%, a little bit more.
Thank you for your interest. We're looking for up to 4 voice actors to bring to life brief roles as background NPCs. So, important details.
Okay.
Only 4 to 5 lines per role for background NPCs, and looking for 4 voice actors. Now, since this form is no longer available, I can presume that this has all been casted for. That takes us to a tweet from Pirate Nation with this screenshot, where we can see the meltdown. And I know I'm blocking some of this, all moving around and all that. So hopefully it works out. But we'll see. We'll see if it works out in a second. Guy who made
Here, let me see. Maybe I can probably fix it just slightly a little bit, maybe. Hopefully this will help it a smidge, but not too sure. Just recently.
Drowned is working on a new series of YouTube videos. Puts out an open advert for anyone who wants to voice some of the background NPCs in it, paying $15 for 4 to 5 generic NPC lines. Insane meltdown from voice actor Twitter, demanding $100 an hour for saying lines like, "It sure is foggy today." Incredible rage in the replies. Okay, so now we'll take a look at some of these angry people. We're starting with the ones in the top left. Reads, $15 per role, laughing emoji. $15? F off. Talk about cheap. Call your mom or your pals and offer $15. Alex Hall actually responds to that one and says, "Why not someone who's an aspiring VO to add to their portfolio? I know people that would volunteer to do it, but I thought since I'm in a position to offer something for a fun YouTube video, it would be a nice gesture. I guess I'm having a hard time understanding since it is a very," and we can't see the rest of it from
very small role. I assume it's what he's trying to say. It's a small role. You're just only saying what, 4 to 5 voice lines. It's not even what? It's not even 10 minutes. You can knock this out in 5 minutes pretty easily. Well, depending how he wants you to say the voice lines anyways.
that other person responding to Alex now. Some $15 job isn't going to be looked at by Hollywood for voice. What the frick? Sorry, I'm like already interrupt, but why is this guy bringing Hollywood up? It's like some indie like.
It's just background
job on the
characters.
internet
It's not
where
that
it's like,
serious.
it's not going to be looked at by Hollywood for voiceover. No one was like asking for some Hollywood weirdos, anyways. What the frick? Check it out. I actually found that tweet itself, and there wasn't much more to Alex's tweet.
It's just a very small
The only
role.
thing that got cut off, I think, was small role.
Yeah.
So he's like, since it's a very small role. And once again, the other person's like, some $15 job isn't going to be looked at by Hollywood for voiceover. No offense, this is a contract job. Somebody needs 4 lines read, call your sister.
What the
15
fuck?
bucks is an insult. I'm not sure if it's remote or not. You're not sure if it's remote.
It says right there.
You think this dude is going to need to fly someone out to location for a $15 job for 4 to 5 lines for a background character? Yeah, these people are absolutely nuts. Like, just speechless. I don't even know what to say. This guy's like, I'm not sure if it's remote or not, but that wouldn't even cover the gas money to get there. No
He's probably not
way
even a
this guy's
VA.
serious, bro. Is this guy for real? Is this a troll or something? Like, I think this guy's for real, but like, that is just so insane. He thinks he needs to drive. Hey, I gotta drive across the country for this role, man. Like, oh my gosh. There's also this response from Alex, and we can see more details. So this person's like, $15 an hour? How many hours we talking? TF, lol. Alex says, oh, absolutely not. I was thinking it would take about 5 minutes. These are short throwaway lines for generic townspeople. I'm just looking for the right voice. Another response to the top reading. Are you freaking kidding me? $15? And once again, we got laughing emojis. Alex responds and says, this is my first time putting out a public casting call for one of these. It's a maximum of 5 quick lines for a small indie production. What would you say is fair? Ooh, let's see what people...
No duh. No duh. It's just 5 lines. Fuck, I would do it for free, for God's sakes. It's not that serious. It's just background characters. I would just say, nah, man, I just want the what's the line again? Just put my name somewhere, just give me credit. That's it, And like, I don't really need the $15, I just want it for the portfolio. That's it.
People say. DM to explain? That's not suspicious at all. $100 minimum.
Crazy.
$100 to like have like 5 minutes of reading. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see the responses to this. LMAO, you aren't that famous. That's a fair price. Show more. You're out of your mind. Your voice is not a precious resource that's worth gold, dude. Lol, you worth less than a McDonald's burger. That's a new one. Okay, so now we got this exchange. This person says, people can make $19 an hour at Five Guys. Might want to rethink that rate. But that doesn't even make sense. That argument doesn't even make sense, right? If this is going to be like a 5-minute job for 15 bucks, that greatly beats $19 for an hour. Alex says, for 5 lines for a background character, what would you say is fair? And the other person responds and says, a lot of voiceover rates are based on a per word basis.
Per word basis? This is new to me, to be honest. Isn't it like per session or something? They charge like per hour or something like that if it's like a big project or something, or don't they charge like per line or something? I don't fucking know, to be honest. I remember it's like, depending on the project or so, it'd be a couple hours or so to record voice lines, so it'd be like, that's where the prices go a little bit more higher on that point. I said if you're casting voice for a gacha game like Star Rail that is going to bring billions in profit, 100 is low for something else or not. Yeah, but this is not that though. It's just literally just an indie project for 5 lines, and it's just for a background character for townspeople. Shit, fuck, I'll do it for free. Fucking A, man. I'll just do it for free.
For 4 to 5 lines, 15 bucks is probably reasonable. But my comment wasn't made based on what is/isn't fair. It's about entry-level jobs being available at higher rates. 15 bucks is low when you look at it from that perspective. What the frick? That made like no sense at all. Wait, so they they admit that the rate is actually pretty good. 15 bucks for 4 to 5 lines is pretty good, they say.
Yeah.
But then they go and like completely change the argument and make like a bad point. Like, I'm so confused. These people make no sense. The person who's like,
Sorry,
oh,
but I'm confused with that paragraph that this person has said, to be honest.
but this wouldn't fly in Hollywood or whatever that person said. And it's like thinking you need to be like flown out for this. And then whatever this person's saying, like, these people all sound crazy to me. Like, I'm almost having a hard time even providing commentary on this stuff because I don't even really understand what these people are saying. It's just like Looney Tunes talk. Look at this one. Someone else says, and by the way, Sweeney Todd's pretty cool, so shameful that this person is using Sweeney Todd, but whatever. It will likely require more than 5 minutes, as there's always the possibility of having to do multiple takes. $15 is not worth anyone's time. That's $3 lower than the hourly rate in my state. Honestly, I personally think it should be at least $200.
Okay, buddy, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, $200, right, for 5 voice lines. Okay, all right, buddy. Sure. Entertainment industry will always will be a risky career. They really shouldn't put all their eggs in voice acting and beg for roles.
This person responds saying $15 for a 5 minutes job means it's $180 an hour. Minimum wage in the USA is $7.25 per hour. But the other person never responds to that one. Okay, and then we got some more context with this response from Alex. I don't think I read this one yet. If I did, my bad. But he says, your motivation is that you are just an ordinary and generic background NPC. It's not really meant to be a super nuanced part, just a little fun throwaway to give flavor.
Yeah.
There's plenty of upset people. Those were just some examples of some of them, of course, but there are plenty more that we haven't read. Now onto something wholesome, though, because people would see the backlash and then rally to Alexander Hall. For example, at the top, you can see Wendigoon, you may know him from YouTube, saying, I would be honored to do it for free. And Alexander Hall's just like wide-eyed. You got Madam Savvy, the one and only, saying, you're a legend. Well, check out the forum tomorrow with a heart. And lots of other comments, such as, hey, if you're still needing a VO for the role, I would be honored to help out, and future projects. The clowns in the comment section are a bunch of entitled theater kids.
True.
If I had the ability... Oh, for the record,
follow.
let me just clarify something. I do like Sweeney Todd, but every theater kid I met at school gave me such a bad impression. They were always, like, so nauseous. Anyways, back at that person, they said if they had the ability to make a clean audio recording, that they would do the job for free. And a lot of people shared similar sentiment. Once they saw the backlash, they were like, yo, forget these weirdos. I'll just do the job for free. And so Alex Hall eventually made this statement that says, thank you to everyone who has submitted so far. We've received nearly 100 submissions between the forum and DMs. This is episode 1 of an indie YouTube series with a limited budget, and my first real step back into the creative world after half a decade. This new series is something new, but in many ways it's a spiritual successor to Ben Drowned. And I think the fans, especially those who love classic gaming, will really enjoy it. This lead role for this episode is being cast at her requested rate. That was decided months ago when I reached out to her privately. This casting call was meant to give fans and emerging VAs a chance to join in and still receive compensation as a way for our...
Shit, man, I'll do it for free. Fuck, man. I'd rather do it for the portfolio at the end of the day, you know? It's just a small project, you know? It's like literally just 5 minutes. Literally, just do these generic lines, you know?
To build long-term connections with people excited to work on indie storytelling, even if they don't have a ton of professional VO experience.
Thank you.
There's always tons of undiscovered talent out there. Even if you aren't selected this time, don't fret. This is a very particular kind of NPC tone I'm looking for, and it's a very small role. But I can already tell I'll be reaching out to at least over half a dozen people in the future based on the talent I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And I've only reviewed about 20 submissions. I've had great collaborations with professional AAA voice talent over the years, and I'm committed to compensating fairly as much as the project allows. Indie productions always come with a few caveats and compromises, especially when you're dusting off the
he's already got the characters already, so that's why.
Cobwebs and getting the ball rolling out again. But I truly appreciate the support over the last 48 hours, and I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who's approached this with enthusiasm and good faith. You guys are awesome. Also, submissions are still open until the 15th, but of course, as of recording, it is now April 16th, over. So I guess that explains why.
Yeah, it's already over. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm feeble.
The thing was closed when I took a look at it. Presumably, he's also filled the roles, of course, too. But yeah, you can also see people responding to Alex, welcoming him back and being excited to see his new work, excited to have him return. And I'll leave you guys with this. Something I was looking into over on Blue Sky. I don't have a Blue Sky account.
Oh God,
but I do
not
look
Blue
over there for
Sky.
content every now and then
God.
Because, you know, let's be real, it's a great place for content. But anyways, the point is, I saw a number of voice actors over on Blue Sky complaining about the amount of money they make and how they deserve so much more money. And
Okay. All right.
I think that would have been really fitting to like include in this video, but I would also be like burying the lead a little bit if I did. So it might be funny to include that some other time. It's also related to the Genshin VAs, so I'm trying to like
It's
figure out
related
how
to
I
the
want to do all
Genshin
that stuff.
VAs. Oh my
But definitely
god, you
kind of
can't be
similar to what we
serious
saw
with
here.
me.
Yeah, that'll be the end
You
of this
can't be
one. Hope
shitting
you
me,
enjoyed this
dude.
video, and if you enjoyed the coverage, please
Oh my
consider
lord,
liking and
dude.
subscribing. All the best to Alex with his new project, and as always,
Can we just replace like all the bad Genshin VAs at this point? Like, can we just replace them and just like, you know, how toxic they are online, you know, just review them? I think like how many VAs don't really talk about the situation? I don't even know, to be honest, because I don't really keep up with like, you know, EN Genshin VAs at this point. True. Karina isn't even in this video. That's the craziest thing about it. Karina is one of them. I don't know the other ones, to be honest. It was during the whole Notland situation too, as well. And I know freaking Sayu was also part of that freaking Notland debate too, as well. And I was so disappointed in Sayu for him actually, like, you know, participating in that. He should not have participated in it. I give him the finger or so, and I'd be like, no, okay. That's the only reason why. He was advocating or so about the whole fucking dark skin tone shenanigans. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, honestly, shut up. That's why it's just like, he was cool before he decided to do that, and then after that, I lost all respect for him for that. Do I hate him? No, but I don't approve what he did. So I will criticize anybody on their shenanigans that they've been doing. So yeah, I know about Ben Drown, but I only know about the video game ROM or so. But yeah, honestly, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do at this point? These people just don't stop sometimes, you know. But yeah, anyways, that's it. That's the end of the video. And peace, I guess. I don't know, shit.